In Aliens Fireteam Elite, you play as a Colonial Marine, humanity's best when it comes to alien threats. But not every Marine has the same role and abilities. So with that, I'm Darcblade with a beginner's guide to the Demolisher in Aliens Fireteam Elite. In this short beginner's guide, we'll cover the various classes in the game, in hopes of giving players a brief overview of the classes, their roles, and more. When it comes to the Demolisher, this is the iconic damage dealer of the game. In the movies, they are the characters who use the smart guns, they have the heaviest weaponry, as well as access to explosives. All of this makes for a disruptive, AoE damage dealing assault class that excels when it comes to dealing damage to Xenos. Now when it comes to the weapon archetypes available to the Demolisher, it has access to rifles, which could be anything from your automatic fire rifles to your DMRs to even your sniper rifles if you so wish. So they have access to decent, versatile, mid to long range weaponry. But the highlight of the Demolisher is the heavy weapons. It's the only class that gets to use the heavy weapons. These are your smart guns, your heavy flamethrowers, grenade launchers and more. If you're using this class, you're primarily using it for the heavy weapon. They are exceedingly fun to use, and whilst there can be ammo issues at times, they are nonetheless what sets this class apart from other classes found in the game. My personal favourites being the heavy flamer or the smart gun. Now when it comes to Aliens Fireteam Elite, every class has 3 abilities, 2 kit abilities and 1 kit perk. When it comes to the Demolisher, its first kit ability is micro rockets. This is via a shoulder mounted rocket launcher, to which when activated, you'll fire 3 rockets that detonate on impact, creating a large shockwave that damages foes as well as knocking them back. The next kit ability is Blast Wave. This is more of a close range shockwave. When enemies get close to you and you use this ability, you'll unleash a AoE concussive blast around you, dealing damage to enemies as well as knocking them away. Sometimes you can completely knock them over as well, leaving them vulnerable. So it's the Demolisher's defensive ability. And then finally is Clear the Room, which is the kit perk. Basically this is a stackable buff. When you use an ability, whether it's the micro rockets or your blast wave, you will gain a stack of Clear the Room and additional stacks for the amount of enemies you hit with those abilities. Each stack will increase the gun damage of whatever weapon you're using by 2.5% for 15 seconds. When new stacks are gained via using another ability, the previous stacks automatically expire. So basically the way you would play this class is to use your micro rockets or blast wave to hit as many opponents as possible, so you can activate the Clear the Room buff with multiple stacks, which will ultimately increase your weapon damage, leading to maximum DPS with this class. Now of course there are ways to augment the abilities, change them up, which will lead to different builds, but we will cover them in more in-depth videos. But every build out there has pros and cons. When it comes to the Demolisher, its biggest pro is its damage output. Thanks to the weaponry, especially the heavy weaponry, as well as the Clear the Room perk, you're able to deal a lot of damage to enemies, no matter the mission you're on. The other pro for this build is the fact that it can deal damage over a wide area. It has quite a lot of AoE potential. Through its 2 abilities, the micro rockets as well as the blast wave, as well as its heavy weaponry, you're able to deal damage over a wide radius, which is great for when it comes to dealing with swarms. But unfortunately there are cons. The main con for this character is, unfortunately, it doesn't really have any support abilities. Yes, it can knock down opponents with its blast wave or micro rockets, but it's not going to be buffing your allies, which is a shame. But if you're looking to play an iconic class in the Aliens franchise, as well as deal a lot of damage over a wide radius, I would strongly recommend the Demolisher. So there we have it, those are the basics of the Demolisher in Aliens Fireteam Elite. Now as you progress through the game, you'll start to earn and unlock perks for the characters, allowing for different builds. So if you're interested, I'd love to bring you more videos on the characters as we go forward. But until then, I've been Darcblade, bringing you a beginner's guide for the Demolisher in Aliens Fireteam Elite. Hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, subscribe and like for more.